right? A lot of times we think, oh yeah, like I used to come back from, my husband would say, why don't we get a cook? And I would say, no, as a mother I have to cook for them. And then one fine day he got fed up and he says, you come back late, then you spend an hour cooking, 2 hours cleaning. By the time you're tired, children are in bed. Why don't we get a cook instead? You can spend that time with the family. And by the way, you don't cook that great. So I think that nailed it. That sealed the deal. I said so much of difference. I got a lot of time, quality time with the family. Yeah. So ask for help. And the same with your in-laws, it's the same with your parents. Don't be shy.
Yours is a much larger conglomerate. And sure. What's been going in your organization in terms of support and actions around this?
So I'm a bit new to the group, to be frank, but I tell you what I've heard. I haven't seen it firsthand all the time. So for example, we are a big manufacturing setup, right? And this push to hire. There was a push to put women in factories, which meant, we put them in the control rooms that factories have, which are still reasonably good environments. But there's a push to put them on the shop floor, right? And then a couple of things Avtar did to make that happen is very focused initiatives to hire and enable the work environments. And that included going out, for example, to families of these potential candidates and telling the families why is it safe. Wow. And perfectly fine for women. The women leaders and other leaders of the company would go and say, we are here for you, we are going to back up these women, they'll be perfectly safe in this environment, nothing to worry. Second thing was to have a safe and CCTV cameras. Second thing was the mindset of the men workforce. So they did a family event for the families of the workforce, for them to feel the pain of their daughters and wives and mothers being in that area saying, not enough toilets, not clean enough.
Develop an electromechanical system for a weather satellite. During Doordarshan days, they used to show a weather picture. So that was actually coming from a system which we took test in a simulated environment. So basically, when we were trying to qualify the system on the first occasion, we met with serious failure and disappointments. Why that failure is still in my memory is because of the unique scientific culture and the environment of ISRO, which helped us to focus on the root cause of the failure. So, as many of you know, in a corporate world, when you start looking at the issue, so people start looking at it, or if there is a failure, looking at who is to be blamed and what went wrong, how can we make sure that that guy is out of that place. So that is the type of approach. Whereas in this case, we focused on the issue rather than the individual, the root cause, the skills that was required to analyze the failure and to validate the corrective actions which is required. So during this journey of implementation of corrective action, which lasted for over 6 months, there was no discussion on individuals or blame games nor hard tasks. My learning was enabling culture.
And we wanted her to talk to us about innovation. And apparently she was also the first female project director of her times, and she can speak very, very fondly of that level of innovation and everything that goes behind the scenes when they're actually looking at launching a satellite. So I'm just imagining, in the midst of a conversation like that, I suddenly turn around and say, hey, Anu, I think anybody can be a scientist today. How do you think that's going to land? Okay? Please think about this. I think I could also sound very bold and aggressive somewhere, right? But I think the point that we are trying to make today in this room here is that we are in the midst of technological revolution has really happened at a very, very astonishing and a rapid pace. In today's era, we are talking about OpenAI, generative AI, ChatGPT, GPT-4, Omni, Copilot, and those of you who are the tech geeks here in the audience know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about some of these apps that can really take your audio, visual inputs. You can directly speak into these apps, and they instantaneously begin to interact back with you at the speed of the human brain, which is about 0.33 seconds. Can you believe that? Yes, we're there. We are speaking about robotics, we are speaking about artificial intelligence at really the next level. Copilot, for those of us who have already started using it, well, it can do data crunching, which otherwise you and I would have taken about maybe weeks and months to do. It just does it within a few seconds or minutes, and it can give me the fanciest of the files and PPTs, and I can just move on from there and look at strategy, right? So what kind of a talent am I looking at today? I'm looking at talent that is smart, nimble, innovative, not just innovative, but living and breathing the culture of innovation today. Global mindset and talent which is diverse. Talent that is diverse. And that, my dear friends, is the point that we really want to nail today. Speaking of diversity, yes, I am going to be talking about gender diversity, talking about women diversity and numbers that we see in the STEM talent pool. Whether you're hiring at the campus level, whether you're hiring at a lateral level or the leadership level, I think the numbers there are really abysmal. I still remember going through a 2023 report. It was the Global Gender Gap Report, and very similar to what Mr. Keshav was saying in his introduction. There was this pie chart that really caught my attention and it stuck with me. There's a very bleak line there. It said about 20% of women is all we have in STEM careers across the world. And trust me, there's another pie chart right next to it, and it spoke of women in leadership roles in STEM and really plummeted from that 20% down to 7 or 8%. And that chart really, really stuck. Governments, various institutes, a tremendous opportunity as well as rests on us a great responsibility to come together and acknowledge that yes, we do have a situation. It is a dire need for us to really address today.
Roles and conversations. Does where I come from matter more than what I can achieve? Does my age matter more than my ideas?
Tech platforms, including several tech platforms. Life skill trainer for rural girl children. Hearty congratulations, YJ. Across the organization. She also leads the mothers community of R&D DCI on steering and planning the weekly and monthly activities. And improve productivity. Hearty congratulations, Yogita.
For women in STEM. In this inaugural edition, which is taking place at the KTPO auditorium here in Bengaluru, Whitefield, we have had 6,000 women who are registered for this, and we have had this conference taking place in 4 parallel streams. So we have a conference stream, we have a skilling track, we have a job fair track, and we also have a mentoring track. This is the first time in India that these 4 tracks are being conducted in a conference like this, of this proportion, for the area of STEM. The problem of women in STEM is that in India, even though women are 50% of the population, and even though women's education is actually really very good and it's much better than the men in several sciences, in several fields, women do not get sufficient opportunity to be there as part of science, technology, engineering, manufacturing, and these kinds of industries. In the current goal that we have in India, we are looking at a 50% workforce participation rate of women. So this 50% women's workforce participation rate will actually make India a developed nation, because you will have more women contributing not only to the GDP of the country, but also to India's economic empowerment being much better than before. That is the goal of the myAvtar Career Conference for women, and each time, each of the cities, we will be having a different vertical and a different horizontal that we will be focusing on. It's a single day conference taking place. It started at 9 a.m. in the morning and it will conclude at 6 p.m. today. And as I said, there are 4 parallel tracks where the women are participating, and the women are also logged in virtually. We have 2,000 women who are registered for the virtual conference and 4,000 for the in-person conference.
Totally, how many awards were given?
We had a series of awards that were given as part of this conference. We had the STEM Divas Awards, the STEM Stars Awards, and these awards are basis the career stage of the women, in the STEM industry that they are working in. So for early careers, we had a set of awards. For middle career, we had a set of awards, and for matured career also, we had awards. Besides, we also recognized companies that are having very good practices for encouraging women in STEM.
Renault Nisan Tech Center, and we craft the future of mobility in India, being a joint venture of Renault and Nissan, present across 3 cities in this geography. We have closer to 10,000 plus workforce with us, and forefront inclusion, diversity is at the heart of our transformation. Being at the myAvtar conference and finding a convergence of looking at the bright talent of women in STEM, and also being able to pitch ourselves of the work that we do, where we welcome every facet of diversity to our organization, being gender, cross-generational, cultural, and person with disability, and as well on LGBTQIA+, it brings us a strong resolve and make things possible for us. Come explore our stall in the conference and make the most of it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Broadridge India Financials. We are a fintech organization. We work on the wealth management, the asset management. We are one of the best in blockchain. There is a lot of work around the AI area. You can visit our stall where we are looking for associates. We call our employees associates. We are looking for associates from the women in technology. We are looking at associates from the Pride community. We are looking at associates from the PWD community. We are looking to have, girl children who have passed out and are looking for jobs and have not got jobs from the rural areas. So we have our office right here in Whitefield, and Avtar is a great platform for us to, explore and find talent. We are looking to grow at a rapid pace in Bangalore, and I think we are extremely happy to be able to set up a stall in Avtar and enjoy, getting to meet all the talent that is there around us. Thank you.
Diversity, equity, inclusion as a function in this organization called Publicis Sapient India. And for Asia Pacific, my pronouns are she, her, hers. I have to say that having women and also other diverse talent groups is a very, very important focus area for us at Publicis Sapient and at the Publicis Group. We have very, very clear, measurable, focused initiatives around having more women in each and every space, which means each and every team, including engineering teams and places where we hire women in with a science background. We are also very focused on ensuring that women are also there in every career levels and everywhere where decisions are made. To enable this, it's not very intuitive because a lot of people need to learn how to support women because they have different career level challenges, sometimes life challenges, home challenges, balancing some of it, expectations from society. So we ensure that our leaders and people who are working with them know how to support women very uniquely. And we also have a lot of programs. We have this program called RISE, which at different points of time in their career they can choose to ensure that they are investing in their career development, where they can get a sponsor, they can get a mentor, they can do different training programs, they can interact with lots of different communities of women. We have a community of women who are coming back from a break in their careers. We connect them. We have a whole strong 6 months integration program. They,